My mind made me suffer with the illusion of difficult situations and people for 30 years before my spiritual awakening. I went through tremendous pain and suffering before I let go of my mind's identification with painful events or people. Later, I learned how to transform this suffering into inner forgiveness and realize inner peace. But beware, everything you know about forgiveness is wrong. I will share with you what real forgiveness is. In this video, you will learn one habit about how to transform your day-to-day suffering into inner peace. You will know the truth of transforming difficult times into miracles. I promise you. I promise you. Once you understand this truth, you will be completely free from mental suffering. I mean, there will be still situation and people, but they will not bother you. Now, every person perceived as evil or every situation that causes pain holds the potential for the greater good. They are all blessings in disguise. This powerful blessing reveals itself inside you and outside in the world when you surrender to being within and forgive and bless the people and situation that caused you harm. Difficult, right? Now, if someone steals from your home or harms someone physically, he will have punishment from the right authorities. So after that event, you don't add another layer of mental suffering and continuously identify that event with your mind. That person will get the punishment of his karma in this world anyway. Now, this powerful habit consists of forgiving and blessing difficult people and situations. And most importantly, thanking God for these difficult times. Thanking God for tragedies in your life. So forgiving, blessing, and thanking. But before that, let's understand what is real forgiveness. There are two ways people forgive. This is discussed in the book, The Course in Miracles. The first is ego's forgiveness. So before awakening, my ego used to forgive people in this way. Let me imitate how I used to act. I forgive you for being so bad or wrong. I forgive you for your crime or sin. I used to act like that. This puts me, the all-wise and judge, on a higher step than you. Now, not only I am the judge who knows right from wrong because my ego says you wronged me, but I am also so generous and merciful because I am acting from my ego. So my ego was tricking me again and again to identify like this before my awakening. My ego used to feel superior in forgiving others and pointing out their sins. So it's called ego's forgiveness, in which you forgive other people by first telling their sins. Now there is another kind of forgiveness, and that's love's forgiveness. That forgiveness comes from your inner being. Here you realize that you are not mind and body, but awareness. So whatever you think people did or harmed you never happened. Yes, it happened to mind and body, but if you don't identify with mind and body and identify with the inner being, what Jesus called the kingdom of heaven, then it never happened to you because you are not the mind and body. That harm or justice had never occurred to you because you are deathless, eternal awareness and not mind-body. By remembering that you are being and not mind body, you get awake and attain salvation. Then fewer outer situation and people affects you as you act from being. So forgiveness from being is forgiveness for salvation. Hence, love's forgiveness is a gift to yourself. You forgive for yourself, your inner being. On one level, what you thought that other person did to you has not occurred. Means he did not take away your peace and joy. Nothing anyone did to you can take away your peace of God. Only you can do it. Again, if someone did a heinous crime, they belong in prison, no doubt. And the emotional and physical pain is not to be buried or denied. But we add a layer of suffering to that pain, which is done in our minds by continuously keeping that memory alive. And leaving that memory thousands of times instead of resting in our being. And that's why Jesus said, resist not evil. Resist not evil. You see, when you blame past painful situations, the energy of it will cling to your life. It's looking for a resolution and healing. It will draw back to you if you are not releasing and letting go of that energy by forgiving and blessing those challenging people and situations. Once you surrender within and act from your being, instead of your mind, that energy will not return to you. Understand this, the suffering will leave you once it has finished teaching you. It will not go away until it has taught you what you must learn. The situation and people that trigger you are the messengers of unhealed parts within you, your unhealed parts. In a way, these trials and tribulations make you realize your true nature, which is your pure awareness that is limitless and expansive. Enlightenment is the total acceptance that everything in the world is happening according to God's will. Through which person it happens, it's God's will. How each happening affects you is also God's will. The greatest miracle of all evil and suffering in the world is that it forces humans to awaken and realize being. God is self beyond their names and different forms of possessions, relationships, and recognitions of the world. And until you forgive the relative evil, as there is no absolute evil that happens to you, evil will remain evil and not reveal itself to you as the greater good. So you can transform evil into greater good by forgiveness. When you forgive and bless past painful situation and people, an intense stillness arises inside and around you. That is consciousness itself. You vibrate at the energy of peace. Anything or anybody entering into that peaceful energy will be affected by it immediately. Now, sometimes that's happened immediately, and other times it occurs later. You will resolve quarrels, heal suffering, and dissolve unconsciousness without making any efforts. Simply by emanating that powerful silent energy of intense awareness, Awareness is your true nature when you surrender inward. If this video resonates with you, you can download my free ebook, The Courage to Awaken, from the description below and join my course, The Miracle of Surrender. Thank you so much. Thank you.